Good morning, Stampers. It's Christine from Christine's Stamping Spot. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mums and sisters and aunties and special ladies out there. I hope you all had a wonderful day yesterday, getting spoiled like you deserve. So I hope you had a wonderful day. So today we are going to take a look at this new Uniquely Artistic stamp set. This is in our new catalog, and you can find it on page 114. It's this one right at the top. It's a distinctive stamp and a two-step stamp, which I'll show you how that works in a minute. Distinctive means it's just got a little bit more of a texture to it. There may be a few little imperfections in the stamp set, but it's deliberate. So if you find maybe something's a little lighter or darker than another part of the stamp, that's totally fine. It's just meant to give it a little bit of I don't want to say texture because you can't feel it, but just a different look and dimension to your stamp. So one of the perks of being a demo is that you get to participate in different Stampin' Up! Events, and you get a sneak peek look at certain things. And that's actually how I got this stamp set. I was registered for a Stampin' On Tour event just recently, last month, I guess. And this was one of the stamps that I got for free with my registration. And it was a preview of a new stamp coming, and they gave, I think, 4 different stamp sets, and it was just sort of random which one you got, and I got this one, and I'm really happy with it. It's got some great images, does not have dies to go with it, but it's just beautiful. And when we're all just craving green and everything right now, especially in Alberta where we still have a lot of brown, it's certainly welcome to see some green. And to be a demo, we have that fantastic starter kit promo right now. Runs till the end of May. Best deal in town if you're a crafter, even if you just want to be a hobbyist for yourself and get your stamping supplies at 20% off. For $135, you can choose $165 in product of your choice. So whether that's our new Stamp and Emboss machine or some of the beautiful new stuff from the new catalog, you get to choose $165 worth and only pay $135. No shipping or GST in certain areas, mostly, at least in Alberta, it's not. Plus, you get an extra $92 value of some grid paper. You get one of each of our new in color stamp pads, an assorted pack of our new in color cardstock, and a pack of our designer series paper assortment with our new in colors. So fantastic deal. I would love to have you on our Creative Circle team, and you can certainly check that out on my website. Okay, I digress a little bit, so let me show you what we are going to make with this stamp set. This is a card that I just loved. It was an idea posted by Christy Gridley, who is a US demo, and I just really like the colors and how it all went together, and the greens are just so calming. So I went back to some of our, I guess now old in colors, the ones that will still be with us for the next year. And I'll show you how we're going to put this together. So we're going to start with a piece of Soft Succulent, which is a beautiful green. And that will be our base, and I will post all the measurements. And then we're going to add a piece of Evening Evergreen on top of that. And then we'll just set this aside so we can work on our white piece and our flowers. Okay, so I'm just going to put that aside. So I've got a piece of basic white, 5 by 3 3/4, and we're going to stamp our greenery on here. All of these sort of green images, and there's various ones you can choose. Okay, so we're going to start with Soft Succulent ink. And we're going to start with the base of this greenery stamp, which would be this one. It's the large sort of filled in one, and then this detailed one we're going to use to stamp on top. So it gives it a little bit of a, you know, a detailed look. That's the word I'm looking for. And that's why it's called two-step, because you're doing this step first, and then your second step is you're stamping this image on top of your solid image, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ink up our stamp, and we're gonna stamp off to start with, and there is no right or wrong how you put your images, if you want them in a straight line or up and down in the center or just on the side or at an angle. So let's try going at an angle. So you've got a very, very subtle image. So see how it's not necessarily picked up some of the ink there, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna stamp off again. And I'm just gonna go up to this corner there. And then maybe I will just put one here, or where should I put it? Maybe here. That's what I mean. There's no right or wrong. There's so many choices, right? Okay, we'll put that there. And do I want to put another one? Let's try another one, just going straight up here. Like so. Okay, that we will cover a little bit. That one I probably did not ink quite properly. That was my fault. Let's see if I can kind of cover that up a little. There, that's not too bad. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take this little stamp here, this little leafy image, which you have two different ones there. You can use both or one, whatever. We're also going to stamp off, and we're just going to add these randomly here, wherever you want. And it all depends how much green you want, right? You don't want it to be, you know, well, maybe you do want it to be your entire background, but I'm just going to add a couple of them here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take that more detailed image here, which is, like I mentioned, this one here, which you can see all the veins and the leaves. And we're going to still use soft succulent, but instead of stamping off, we're going to use full strength ink. Okay, so doing the best you can, you're going to try to line up your image. And if you have a Stamparatus, you could definitely try using that. And we'll just do this one up here. And I'm not too worried about the concentration because we are going to be adding some flowers, which will cover some of that up. Okay, so there's that. And then I am going to switch my ink, and I'm going to go to Evening Evergreen. And with this one, we're going to use this leaf image here. There's also a smaller one, but we're going to use this one. And we're just going to stamp that in full strength. And we're just going to add some of that amongst the other ones. And like I say, if they overlap, that's not a big to-do. They can even run, you know, sort of off the page. That always makes a nice effect too. So however many you would like. Maybe I'll just put another one up here. Okay, so there is our background. Okay, so we can put this on top of our base, which, where did I put it? Oh my gosh, I have so much stuff on my table right now, you wouldn't believe it. Okay, here we go. I just finished doing wedding invitations for my daughter, and now I'm trying to get ready for a catalog launch party. If you're interested this Saturday, let me know. It's $10. We're going to meet virtually on Zoom, and it's going to be fun. So let me know if you'd like to come. Okay, so we're going to set this aside, and then I'm going to show you how we do our flowers. Okay, so for the flowers, now I'm going to switch up my colors this time. Instead, this is actually Calypso Coral, which I think is a beautiful pop of color against the green. But I wanted to just play a little bit and try to use our new Orchid Oasis. Now, we have 2 flower images as well. So you have your solid and you have your lined image. So we're going to start with the solid. And again, we're going to stamp that off. Now, this is a new pad, so it's very juicy. So you could even stamp off like twice if you wanted, if you find it's too dark. And what you're going to do is you're actually going to stamp this 4 times, because like you can see on the sample, part of the flower has been cut out. So you need 2 complete flowers and then 1 that you're going to stamp complete, but you're going to cut out, fussy cut just this little piece out of there. Okay, so let's pretend this is our 4th. And then I'm going to use the lined image, and we're going to go full strength on this. And see if we can sort of line this up. Excuse my head. And if you're a bit off, it doesn't really matter, because you are going to stamp or cut that out, so you can cut off that extra ink. Okay, so you're going to have 4 that look exactly like this. And I've got mine pre-done here. So I'll just show you. So I've got, there's 1 full base, another full base, and then the other 2 where I just cut out like 3 sort of petals there. So then what I'm going to do on these ones, I'm just going to take my bone folder and just sort of curl up these 3, because these are the ones we're going to put on top of the base. And I'm not concerned about lining them up. I actually prefer that they're offset a little bit. I think it gives the look of a lot of petals on the flower. So we're going to add these with a mini dimensional, or if it's large enough, you could put, I guess, a full-size one. It all depends which part of it you're cutting out. Okay, so then you're just going to randomly, I did. If you want to line it up, definitely you can. I'm just going to sort of offset it. So we've got sort of a, almost like a double flower. And we will have 2 of these when we're done. And let's put this one, maybe like so. Almost looks like a pansy in a way, but not really. Okay, so we have those, and now what we could do is add them onto our base. So you can decide where you would like them. I think I might leave mine there because it's going to cover up this big inked spot there. So one of them I'm going to just put down flat, and then the other one I'm going to raise with some dimensionals. So let's put this here. So we're sort of covering the stems of these green ones as well. Okay, and then this one I'm going to add some of the larger dimensionals. Now this sheet, I'm kind of running out, but I'm using all of my pieces, so make sure you do that because they are just as useful as the dots themselves. Okay, so let's put this one just sort of here, and it's up a little bit like so. And then let's add a couple of rhinestones. You could add pearls, or there's some other new gems. You could even add some Wink of Stella to your petals to give them a shimmer. If you love shimmer and a little bit of sparkle, you could do that. So I'm just gonna go with these for now. And then our greetings. So the greetings I got from the art gallery set, which has been carried over to the new catalog, and it has some really great like a really great variety of greetings in there. So this one was happy birthday, and this I cut out of this stitched rectangle die, stamped it in Evening Evergreen, and then this green, the die for the stitched rectangles was a little bit too big for me, so I just randomly cut another rectangle without stitching for that. This one, I did a thank you, and I did it out of these, and you may or may not recognize these. These are new dies in the catalog. They are called Stylish Shapes dies, and this is what they look like. Pretty awesome. So I used these two here for my thank you, but they do have a banner for longer greetings, and then you've got all of these nested squares and nested circles, and they all have, I'm not going to say stitching because it's not stitching, it's actually little dots. So as opposed to the stitched rectangles, you actually have stitching around. This one has little dots, little perforations there, and that's just something a little bit different, which really pops, I think. So I cut the two different sizes. I'm going to put that on here, and whoops, a little bit crooked. And this I think I will just put down flat as well. I'm not going to pop it because I kind of want the flowers to be my focal point. Just going to put a thank you right there. Okay, so there you go. You've got Calypso Coral and Orchid Oasis. Two different colors. I'm not sure my preference. I think I really, excuse me, am drawn to the Calypso Coral just because it's such a pop. This might be a little bit different if you had a brighter, maybe like a daffodil or something a little bit brighter maybe. But if you like something a little more somber, a little neutral, kind of calming, I think the Orchid Oasis is quite nice too. And it could also be used as a sympathy card or in congratulations. There's so many occasions you could use this. Not difficult to do at all. All right, so I do have a May host code. WH3JNTFA. You're welcome to use that at checkout on my website at christineludwig.stampinup.net. And that's also the website where you can check out the starter kit promotion. I really, really, really hope you guys take advantage of this. It's such a great deal and such a great way to get our new in colors as well. And you can also follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, and my YouTube channel, all known as Christine Stamping Spot. So those are our projects for today. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you again next time. Bye for now, everyone.